Alright, make it 3 losses in a row now for the Twins. This was arguably the worst of the bunch. Ended up 9-6, losing to Kansas City. This was, let's go back to the start of the game. This was Jake Odorizzi's return from a back injury, and he didn't look good at all, really. I mean, he was lucky to get through. He pitched 3 innings, gave up just 2 runs, but he didn't look good at all. He loaded the bases in the first inning, got out of it, but and then you get to 4th inning, and the Twins finally score. Cruz hits a home run, and then Buxton gets a 3-run home run. So, just like that, they've been struggling at the plate, but they have kind of a breakthrough inning, put up a nice crooked number. It's 4-2. So, what do you want to do in that situation? What do you want to do? You want to immediately, have a quick inning, get the bats back out there. But what does Baldelli do? His first option out of the bullpen is Lewis Thorpe. I don't understand it. And Thorpe comes in, gives up a base hit and a 2-run home run in the span of 4 pitches or something. Boom, just like that, it's tied. And then he gives up another hit. Baldelli comes out, takes him out quickly, puts in Cody Stashak. And then Stashak blows up 2. Gives up a 3-run home run and a solo home run. This game goes from a 4-2 Twins lead to 8-4 Royals in it couldn't have been more than maybe 15 total pitches, something like that. It was just unbelievably fast. And that was basically it. They did score, get a couple runs back, and Royals got another run, but I mean, that was it. But it all goes back to that 4th inning. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. It's he hasn't even been using a lot of his top relievers the last few days. At that point you got 6 innings to go. If you keep your bats hot there, you imagine you can put up a few more runs. But I don't get it. It goes back to game 1 of the playoffs last year, where it's a tie ball game, and his first option out of the bullpen was Zach Littell. Obviously not exactly the same scenario, but it's puzzling how your first choice is out of the bullpen. I don't know. I mean, they kind of got the bats going a little bit, but it was still, they scored 6 runs, and 5 of them scored on home runs. They're still struggling big time to score runs if they're not hitting the ball over the fence, and that's not really, you score 6 runs tonight. 6 runs will win you most games, probably. But man, it's frustrating because they go from, the record is still 10-5, it's still pretty good. They're still in first place, but it's trending very badly right now, and you're still, you're springing leaks on the pitching side. You're still struggling a lot in the lineup. Another one, Mitch Garver. Why the fuck is he batting leadoff again? He was hitting barely over 100 to start the game. I think he went 0 for 5. He's now, well under 100. I mean, stop fucking putting him in the leadoff spot. You know, you got to at least make him earn his way back into that. You know, but I mean, he top everything off. He's not doing well behind the plate. He's not throwing any runners out, except for that. There was one tonight where the guy slid, and he came up like a couple feet short of second base, so they tagged him out. But like, he can't throw a runner out. He's doing a terrible job, it seems like, framing pitches, and he's not hitting. I don't know why. He's useless right now. He's looking like one of those. He's looking like one of those guys who's just like a one-year wonder, basically. You know, and I think, you know, with catchers you can accept not really hitting because, you know, if a guy's good defensively, but he's not really a good defensive catcher. His strength was, he really last year brought the bat, and this year he's just giving you nothing. You know, everyone else is at least giving you some flashes, and Garver hit a couple home runs, forget which game when they were at home, but you know, he's just doing nothing. Too many guys in the lineup are still just not really doing anything unless it's hitting the ball over the fence, but again, that's not always going to do it for you. And now, you know, issues with pitching, you know, like the main bullpen guys are still doing it. You know, Rogers had the one hiccup, but I don't think we have to worry too much about him. You know, but you're hoping Odorizzi comes back and is good, and he came back and it looks like it's going to be quite a process to get him going. And to top it off, it's like we've lost 3-0 to really bad teams. Pittsburgh and Kansas City are bad. Like, you need this. These are the games you gotta start piling up wins. Because they've got a lot of Kansas City games in the next couple weeks, and then Milwaukee. So like for 2 weeks they're playing nothing but Royals, Brewers. You know, you gotta win most of those games, and they've already blown 2 of them. Barrios tomorrow, so maybe you know, this is one of those cases where they really need Barrios to be an ace. They need him to be a stopper, because if you drop 4 in a row, I think then a lot of people are really going to start panicking.